folks, welcome back to Rule of Thumb. Today I'm bringing you along for a recipe that I actually saw my friend Heather make, and I'm actually going to do my own version of this recipe. I do mine just a little bit different than hers, so I thought I'd bring you along and let you see how I do it. So what we're going to make today is a cranberry jalapeno jelly. And we actually had some of this when we were there for Thanksgiving, and it was fantastic. We actually had apricot and pineapple pepper jelly. So this is great over cream cheese. It'd be great as a sandwich spread, and I'm sure I will come up with a few more uses for it. So what I'm going to do is bring you through the process here, show you what I do. I am going to can this up today, which will be water bath canning, so I'll bring you along for that process as well. So this is what we're starting off with. I've got my Dutch oven here. I had two 12-ounce bags of cranberries that Heather sent home with me because she had some left from her cranberry pepper jelly. So I took those out. I sorted through them to see if there was any that were bad or any that I didn't like because I'm a little fussy. So I sorted through them, washed them all up. So that's two 12-ounce bags in there. Then what I did is I took some jalapeno peppers that she also sent with me that actually were given to her by Lisa from Sutton States. So, you know, friends helping friends helping friends. You see how that works? So I went ahead and took the tops off of those. I seeded them and I put them in my Ninja and chopped them up really fine. Now what Heather did is she chopped hers up with some apple cider vinegar. I chopped mine up by themselves, so either way works. I've got about a cup there. Hers were a little finer than mine, which, you know, she achieved by doing them with the apple cider vinegar. So I might have a few bigger chunks in there, but I'm okay with that. And then she used about a cup for 12 ounces of a cup for 12 ounces of berries. So I have two 12-ounce packages. I'm going to do the equivalent of about 2 cups of apple cider vinegar. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to turn this on, and I'm going to let mine cook on medium heat until the berries start to pop and break down, and the jalapenos are going to soften a little bit. And once we get to that point, then I'll bring you back and I will show you what the next step is going to be. Okay folks, welcome back. So, we've got to the point where the berries are just getting hot and they're starting to pop. Yes, if you're cooking cranberries, you're going to hear them pop. But once it gets to that point where they're just starting to pop, now I'm going to add my pectin. So for this amount of berries, I'm going to do 6 tablespoons. So I'm just going to sprinkle it over the top here. Now, it's important to say that this is not a canning recipe that you are going to find in a book. This is a recipe that is born out of watching other people make it, many years of experience in making jellies and jams, and research on the science of jellies and jams. So, do your research, decide what works for you, decide on the finished product that you're looking for, and you know, consider the safety ramifications of it. So the long and the short of it is, you can follow my recipe if that's what you so choose to do, but I am not an expert. I just do what I do based on the research that I do and what I feel is right for my family. So this is not a how-to video, this is a how I do video. So I'm going to continue to let this cook down. I wanted to get it to the point where the berries are nice and soft. I'm going to turn this down just a skosh because it's a little hotter than I would like it to be. Once the berries get to that point where they're soft enough, I am going to come back and I am going to blend mine a little bit with a stick blender, which is why I wasn't super concerned about my jalapenos, because for me and the purposes that I am going to use this for, I want mine to be somewhere between a chunky and a smooth jam. So when I get to the point where I can blend this, I will bring you folks back so you can see what I'm shooting for. Okay, folks, welcome back. So I'm at the point where I'm ready to blend this a little. I'm going to turn mine down a little bit. If you're going to use a handheld blender in a pot of hot liquid, you want to make sure that you are completely submerged first, and you want to be very cautious. So I am just going to blend this. Like I said, I'm not looking for it to be completely smooth, but I'm looking to get somewhere in between. So, rather than you folks having to listen to this blender, I'm going to bring you back when I get to the point where I want. Okay, folks, welcome back. So, I got this where I want it. You can see there's still plenty of chunks in there. I just like mine a little, I don't know, a little less whole berry, I guess. There's still some chunks of the jalapeno in there. So for me, I'm a very textural eater, so I'm always trying to get to a specific texture. So now what I'm going to do is, we're at a rolling boil here. I'm going to go ahead and add 6 cups of sugar. And for those of you that are concerned about the sugar content, this is a jam or a jelly. It's going to have sugar in it. Again, you're going to be eating this in smaller portions. You're not eating this every day, so all good things in moderation is the way I look at it. So now what we're doing is we're going to get this all mixed in here. And I mean, the color of this is absolutely stunning. So, see, you got the little lumps of sugar in there will hide on you, so you got to make sure you get everything thoroughly mixed. And now what I'm looking to do is bring this back to a full rolling boil, and then I'm going to let it boil while I'm stirring. I'm going to let it come to a full rolling boil where you can't stir it down, so bubbles are going to occur even when you're stirring. When you get to that point, you're going to time it for 1 minute. And then we're going to be ready to put this in jars. So, I will bring you folks back when we get to that point. Okay, folks, welcome back. We are at the stage we are ready to jar this up. As you can see, the color on this is just fantastic. Let me see if I can get spoon up here for you folks to see. Okay, come up closer here. I mean, the color on it is really extraordinary, and it is already starting to get to the gel state. So I'm going to get this into jars so that we can get it in the canner. Let me just taste this as long as I got it on the spoon, right? Oh yeah. Good stuff. Alright, so I'm going to back this up a little in hopes that I can show you folks the actual jarring process. So for those of you that don't know, this is a tight kitchen space to say the very least. So we got this jar on view here. These are freshly washed thanks to my wonderful husband who came in and saved the day here, because real life, folks, I wasn't ready to do this. I did not have my stuff together. I was stirring the jelly and realized I had never even gotten a jar ready. So Josh came in and saved the day, and here we are. all comes together at the end. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the jar. We're going to go up to a 1/4 inch headspace. So try not to spill too much on the cutting board, although, happens. So clean off my little thing here. Alright. Go right to the bottom of the funnel there. I'll have a little bit more room. Alright. Pull that out. Perfect. Okay. So we got a 1/4 inch headspace there. You guys can see that. Then what we're going to do is grab a piece of paper towel here. I've got a little vinegar in a bowl here. I'm going to take my vinegar. I'm going to run around the top of the rim here and make sure that's good and clean. I'm going to get myself a lid. I always put mine in hot water. I know they say you don't have to do that anymore, but that's how I was taught, and that's how I do it. That's probably how I'll always do it. So put myself a clean lid on there, get a ring on here, fingertip tight. I think I saw a little bit on the jar there. And we got a jar perfectly ready to go into the canner. Get that up here close for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and get that down in my canner that's already getting warm. I'm going to get the rest of these jarred up, and we're going to make sure we have 1 inch of water over the top of these jars. We're going to bring it to a full rolling boil. We're going to process these for 10 minutes. Then we will cut the heat off, and then we'll let them sit in the canner for 5 minutes after that, and then we will take them out. And I will bring you folks back and show you the finished result. Okay folks, welcome back. I've got all these jars out of the canner. I thought I'd bring you up close here so you can see one. So just get this up close here. I mean, the color on it, God, I hope you guys can really pick up the color, but the color on these is just fantastic. Now, I chose to blend mine because texturally that's what I was looking for. So you aren't going to see the little bits of jalapeno in mine that you might see in another version of this. I also added a little less sugar than some recipes call for because I didn't want mine to be as sweet. So, like I said, you got to do what is going to work for you. Do your research, look at the recipes that are out there. There's a lot of different versions, including my friend Heather, who I will try and put the iCard in here for you and put the link down below. But check out other versions, figure out what you're really looking for and go from there. So I just wanted to bring you along for this because I thought it'd be fun and interesting for you folks to see. It's another item to put on my shelf that I will use now and in the future. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification button if you want to know when videos are coming out. As always, hope you had a great day. Come back and see us soon.